Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Local Legends 757.
Yeah, he got that.
Les, man, this is episode motherfucking 31.
Trade on.
31. Listen, man, you already know, man. It's your boy A-Train Booger.
I might ski. You ain't give him the whole.
Nah, man, I ain't making. Listen, I ain't making no. Listen, it's your boy A-Train Booger. Want to make the ladies say hallelujah, but I ain't making no ladies say hallelujah.
Yes, sir.
Some bad comments, some negative feedback. Y'all stop beating my man's up.
Listen, I actually didn't get no negative feedback. I just don't. I don't want to sound like I'm a womanizer on this platform. You know what I'm saying? I only make one. I don't make nobody say hallelujah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know.
Hey, we love everybody, man. Come as you are, all she, they, him.
Man.
No, facts.
Facts.
Man, if you on it, you on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, man.
Come
We
on.
had the pleasure of having this wonderful DJ on our show, producer, engineer, recording, whatever have you.
A&R, yes.
Just Ice, add water.
Yes, sir. Big water.
Song coming soon.
Yeah. What's good, Justice?
It was good, man. It's good to be here, man. Thank y'all for having me. It's an honor. It's a pleasure.
Man, it's an
you know
honor
what I'm
that you
saying?
showed
like,
up.
For real, bro. Like,
Give a little bit of background, man.
so, my name is Justice. Just Ice. Add water. Come on
Yeah.
Instagram. You know what it is.
Make me sweat.
Shout out Tyler. Shout out Tyler.
Shout out to Tyler.
Yeah, but I'm a producer, DJ. You know, I make shit happen. I connect dots. I do it all. So, you know, from Virginia Beach, first colonial graduate. You know what's going on. So big.
What class?
15.
Oh, just a year before us. So
Yeah.
you were only
That's my
26?
I'm 26.
26 about to be 27?
Yeah.
Brother right here.
May
Yeah.
13th, baby. Taurus gang. You know what the fuck going on.
Yeah, we already know.
But yeah, man, I just moved back to Virginia. I was in Baltimore for a little bit. Like I told you, I was working for a company. We were throwing electronic music events, stuff like that. I was building my brand that whole time. So shout out to Steve's Promo. I love
Shout
y'all
out
for
Steve's
life.
promo. So
Steve's
what was that
fam.
like being out there in Baltimore?
It was
It was gritty.
It was gritty,
What
man.
DMS says gritty.
Nah, so
know what I'm saying?
I lived in Owings Mills. I couldn't live in the city, but you know, I was always up in the city at Power Plant. Shout out Underground Pizza, a project I was working on also while we were out there. If you fuck with pizza, that
Yeah.
Detroit style pizza, come on, man. Yeah. Shout out my dog Evan Weinstein, man. But yeah, man, I'm just a kid following dreams and having a good time, man. That's it.
So, a kid from the area, you know, a few expansion missions, networking trips. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I had to get out the city to really see what was going on, man. But you know, coming back to it's been crazy because it's just like there's so many people out here doing so many things and shit. I love to see it, man. And now
Yeah,
I'm
man.
just like I'm on a conquest to just work with anybody and everybody and just get the city popping.
Tap in.
That's it.
Tap in.
You heard the man. He ready to work.
He ready to
But
work.
We wanted to talk a little bit about the development. You know, so started here, moved around a little bit. Where do you think? I mean, if you could. Like,
I went to VCU too, by the way. Shout out Richmond.
Oh yeah,
Word. Shout out to 804, man.
I ain't finished, but
Yeah.
we went for a little bit. Showed up to a couple classes, in the middle of practicing my DJ shit.
Yeah.
I'm here.
I was there a couple times. I show face. But sorry, go ahead.
Think if you could pinpoint like a certain point
Excuse me.
with all the transitions and moving around or whatever, that you really found your grounding. I mean, if you found it here, then okay, yeah, you found it here. But is there anywhere else like?
I mean, I really found it in Richmond, for real. Like, I owe a lot to Richmond, man. Like, I was going to school. I didn't fuck with that shit. I bought my first mixer. I was skipping class every chance I could to fucking play with that
man.
shit, man. And it just
Artist woke up.
the artist woke up, man. I've always been a musical person. Like, I've been playing piano since I was like 3-4 years old. Shout out my Dukes for
Oh,
putting me
wow.
through that. I did band, orchestra, chorus. Did marching band in high school.
She's
that's,
one.
He's
the
come
one.
on,
We
man.
marching band heads too,
Yeah,
so yeah,
what's
we
up?
already know.
I did the drum line. I've played 7-8 different instruments, but
What you used
now
to
I
play on
play.
the drum line?
I played snare. Yes, sir.
Big boy instrument, yeah.
Yeah, but my thing was like I just wanted to try as many things as possible. Like I said, like clarinet, trombone, trumpet, whatever I could get my hands on in band class, like I was trying to learn it, trying to play it, see what I liked, and took music theory classes, all this, all that. But like you don't need that. You don't need that. If you got it, you got it. Like you know what I mean. So it's like I'm very grateful that I learned everything I learned about music, but it's one of those things where I always tell people like you don't need that. If you got the ear, you got the ear. You know what I'm saying?
Very true. Very true. But I feel like I kind of agree with it. I mean, it's probably like everybody has their heart song. Everybody has that song that they just, man, this is how I would do it.
Nah, for sure.
This is how I hear it. This is how I say it. So I agree with that. Hey, music theory never hurts.
No, 100, bro.
It never hurts.
100%, bro. Because it'll show in the music if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It will.
So then you have, now that we're talking about it, you have a split between, right, like real musicians or real musically inclined people, and it's a wave of like technologically savvy individuals that might be like good at engineering or
for sure. But I'll say a ear is better than technology all day because I know motherfuckers that try to just use this, use that. Oh, you think that's the key that this shit's in because you threw it in Serato? Guess again, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then getting different type of artists coming through.
No, for sure.
To the test. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some people. If you get the same type of artist, then you know what I mean, you the shit, you that guy.
No, of course.
You get like somebody that's trying to sing or a gospel person.
For sure. So I also do a music review live stream with one of my homies, DJ Afterthought, fucking legend. Shout out to my boy Ryan.
Yeah.
We had Taylor Gang in the building last night, Sledgerin, Ricky P, fucking legends. So we were talking about like you can do it. And you can try it, but it might not be right. And if you're relying on technology, you sending your shit out to Lander to go get mastered and shit. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like hey, bro.
To each his own, right?
I ain't got nothing wrong with it.
I had a few sessions, not me, but like not me recording, but as an artist, I had a few sessions the engineer was using Lander.
No, of course, bro. And
session is cool, but now mastering, that's a whole nother.
100%, bro. But it's like it's just all about the process. It's all about the process.
You got the ear, you got the ear. You know what I mean? But
I want to talk a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You very musically inclined. Been playing piano since you was 3. What was early life like for you? Just growing up.
I mean, early life for me was. So I'm gonna release this to the public right now, and no one's gonna have to ask me ever again. I was born in Bridgeport, Connecticut. All right. So look, I was born in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I moved here when I was 4 in 2001. Shout out to my parents, man, because I don't know where my life would be right now if I was still in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Yeah. We moved down the day that the trade centers got hit.
Oh,
dead ass. We was in New York. With the U-Haul, all that. I remember looking at the TV, and I didn't know what was going on for real.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Bro.
I was 4 years old, but I knew from what my parents were expressing that like this is some fucked up shit. We ended up having to get a hotel and like because all this freeways were fucking locked up and shit. That's a crazy like there's not a lot of stuff I remember from like my early childhood, but I can remember, I can see myself looking at that TV and see those fucking towers, bro. That shit was crazy.
You still have family in Connecticut?
Yeah, so I got some on my mom's side in Connecticut still, but mostly everybody else is all around. So
now that you bring it up, I mean, we could talk travel. You know what I mean? Talk travel for a little bit because that's the early phase and. Already touched on the developmental phase. Where did the international phase come in? Because I'm looking at the page.
Tokyo and
Croatia.
Yeah. So my international travel didn't start till 2 years ago. I went on my first trip to El Salvador. That was just like a recreation trip. But I recommend to anybody and everybody, if you got a chance to leave the country and go see some shit, go see some shit. Because it'll put a lot of perspective into your mind, man. Like, I just remember my first time going to El Salvador. You're like, these people are living in huts with no water, no AC, no nothing, bro. And they making that shit happen every single day. And it just, it makes you think like some people are just, ungrateful, bro. Like if you got a roof over your head, you got water, you got food to eat, bro, you're blessed. You are fucking blessed.
It makes you put it in perspective for real.
But
no exaggeration.
But yeah, so over the summer, I took a trip. My mom had passed away last June. So I was on tour when
Sorry
I found
to hear
out.
that.
I appreciate it, bro. I was on tour when I found out my mom's passed, and I was in Denver. Got the first flight back to Virginia. Had to handle some shit the real way. You know what I mean? Like, I lost my dad too at 18, so this is unearthed a lot of shit right here. But.
It's crazy because it's crazy because the gentleman Ike that you just met, he lost both his parents.
Man,
he lost his father when he was 7, and he recently lost his mother too, like before 30. You know what I'm saying? So
crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like a trigger, like something snap. So
Mhm.
yeah, definitely.
And like I said, I got my music from my parents. My dad was, a musician. He played with James Brown at the Apollo and shit.
Oh wow.
Like, just to name like a couple things. My mom was a singer. She toured the whole world. Fucking did like USO concerts and shit for people. Fucking
Oh wow.
legend.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like I owe a lot to them, and it's a crazy feeling knowing that it's,
Well, I'll say this, man. They looking down from the heaven. And they're proud. You know what I'm saying?
I
You
feel
really,
it, bro. I feel
you
it every
really
single
doing
day,
it.
bro.
You really doing it.
If you don't know, man, Just Ice at
Yes, sir.
Yes.
check him out, man. Tap in to the catalog, the portfolio, the page, man. He really out here doing the damn thing. You should already know, but if you don't,
Yes.
we're gonna put some.
Hey, man, there's a lot going on in the world. I don't blame you if you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Prevalent DJ, man. Stomping grounds. What we talking about? Beach.
Yes.
Virginia Beach. What?
Beach, Peabody's all day. Yeah, so I've been tapped in with Peabody's for a long time. I used to try to sneak in that bitch when I couldn't even go in there. Shout out to Brandon Ramsey, the GOAT, owner of Peabody's, man. And like I said, I work for that company called Steve's Promo. We did all the electronic music shows there and stuff. So
Yeah.
In Virginia, it was like I've done Norva, I've done Elevation 27, I've done Peabody's, I've done a lot of smaller clubs and stuff too. But Peabody's that.
Music, man. Music brings everybody together. Now, I want to ask you this: being everywhere, Baltimore, internationally, you know what I'm saying, out of state. What can you say like differentiates the 7-5? You know what I'm saying, the 7 cities of Virginia, opposed to where you've been at? Like, what makes us different, and what makes being out of the state different?
That's hard, man, because I mean, obviously, everywhere I go, I rep Virginia hard as hell. And, sometimes I just think to myself, like, we're a lucky group of individuals. There's people from all walks of life. There's every type of life you can imagine in Virginia. Like, if you want mountains, you want the beach, you want the hood, you want,
I call it the Goldilocks state. Or even this area specifically, but it's Goldilocks state, man. It's a melting pot.
No, I'm hip, bro. Like I said, I grew up, at the oceanfront my whole life. I've been surfing since I was 10 years old. That's like my next passion besides music.
Surfing. I always
lot of
wanted
people
to
don't
go
know
surfing,
that.
but I be scared of the riptides and stuff like that.
You gotta know how to swim, man. That's
Yeah.
another thing. My parents started me learning how to swim at like 3 years old. So
Oh,
you know,
man.
I like I said, I got.
Yeah. The real Aquaman.
No, everybody thinks it's just a brand, but I really live this shit, cuz. We don't be drinking alcohol. We drinking sparkling water. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
For sure. You added that water,
That's what we do.
So, what else we got? I had a couple jokes. You can cut this out if you want to.
Yeah.
I had a couple jokes. This is just some good conversation. You know what I mean?
Run it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Don't even cut it. Let's go. Let's go.
So we talking about swimming, the hobbies. Let's okay, just put it all in perspective for the people, right?
Okay.
Transitioning, moving around, international. We got the early stages. He's a surfer.
Yeah.
We just dropped that out there now.
Yeah.
But let's let them know how this all came together. You know what I mean? If you don't know the DJ, you know what I mean, Coda, your man's,
Yep.
the brand, the unit. How did it all start? What's the backstory? You know what I mean?
Just between me and Coda?
Or just the unit. It's not just y'all.
Or just in general?
Right, in general.
I mean, bro, the craziest thing about it is, like, it all just literally, like, I know it sounds cliche, like, it literally all fell together, bro. Like, I'm one of those people where, like, I know that even if I don't think I'm supposed to be doing it, if I'm doing it at the time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing it for a reason, you know what I mean? And I feel like every single thing I've done, every single person I've talked to, everything I've learned has been for a reason, you know? And it always comes in handy when I need it. You know, I've never been in a situation and been like, damn, I'm not prepared for this, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't feel that. Like, I feel like everything I've learned will prepare me for anything I'll ever encounter, you know what I mean?
That's some faith right there, man.
Yeah.
That's strong faith.
And like I said, like, me and Coda went to high school together, bro. Like, you know, I knew he was making music. I wasn't making music at that time. Like, I was obviously, like I said, doing band and all that stuff. But like, Just Add Water wasn't a thing. You know, Just Add Water started in 2016 when I was in college. So.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
That is dope.
We're gonna come back to the brand in 1 second. But our last interview was another guy rapping in school. We was talking about that on the last episode with Key Jack.
Yeah.
Bro, and you put me on to Key Jack for real, bro. Like,
say it again. Say it louder.
You put me on. Local Legends put me on. You
Yes.
heard? Come on, man.
Absolutely.
They out here doing the thing, man.
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
I love it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
love it.
It's all love, man.
It's all love, man. Virginia is for lovers. I want to talk to you a little bit about cuz when you said we got to be grateful. You know, cuz being out traveling internationally, you know, being in different places, you saw different people on all walks of life. I want you to touch on like far as like that musical experience here, you know, because I know that's where you've been doing most of your time while you was out there. What's the scene like out of the country? You know what I'm saying? Out of this state, bro, opposed to here. Like, is it more fulfilling? Is it more how I want to put this? Like what is the influence like? Because it seemed like here, it's very heavy expectations on Virginia artists. Oh, we need a VA sound. We need this. You know, what do you make of that? And just based on your experience of traveling, what can you say about that?
What can you pick and pull from other places that we might can benefit from,
or what do you see here that you see outside of the country? And forgive me, I know that was a lot.
No. I'm thinking in my head. I'm trying to like figure out how I want to say this, but you know, the thing is like, we're all humans, man. No one is really that different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're all humans. We all have our thoughts. We all have our opinions. But if it's happening in one place, it's happening in the other place. It might not be happening the same, but it's happening. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. Like, everything's a foot race in this game, and there's competition everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But also, like, I've just been to different places where, you know, people move different. Like, I see more of, like, community. I see the, like, you know, the shows, this. I see the studios. I see, you know, it all ties in together. So it's like, I really try not to compare places because comparison is almost ignorant in my eyes because nothing it's just like nothing is the same, you know what I mean? But it is at the same time. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where like
away too far from natural law.
Like I've talked with artists in Virginia, I've talked with artists in Cali, I've talked with artists in Budapest. Everybody's saying the same thing. That everybody's trying to make it. Everybody's.
It's an artist process, but see, the journey is different for everybody.
No, 100%.
But you gotta have the journey. That's
100%. But that's the fun part. That's what it's all about. Finding the way is what it's all about. That's the part that you're supposed to enjoy. And people, I feel like almost like romanticize the idea so much and like have this idea in their head, and if it doesn't happen the way they think or want it to happen, then they're like discouraged. But like when shit don't go my way, I'm fucking stoked, bro, because that's just a different thing to experience.
It's something else to do tomorrow.
For sure, bro.
That got me today. Let me go ahead and go back to the drawing board.
For sure, bro.
You know what I mean? Something else to give you gas tomorrow.
Yeah.
For sure.
I hope that kind of answered the question.
I
tried to like
answer the question.
Okay.
It answered it.
You can insert the quote, man. Ecclesiastes, nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
That's really
Bro,
good.
when I was in Cyprus, bro, they were big. Obviously, you know, Cyprus is like mentioned in so much Greek mythology and shit like that. I went to what was it called? Aphrodite's bathtub and shit. Like it was supposedly like where Aphrodite met fucking
Who was she with? No, she wasn't with Apollo.
my God.
Aphrodite was she wasn't with Hercules either. She was with
Bro, I'm blanking right now, but
it was with
it's with something with a D. Something with a D. I can't.
it's not
It's gonna come to me what randomly through the internet. We're gonna be talking about something different. I'm gonna be like, yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I going back to like school and shit, like that was the craziest thing to me about my travels. Like, you know, like you learn about Greek mythology, you learn about the pyramids, you learn about this and that. Bro, when I saw that shit with my own two eyes, bro,
It
like
is.
that was it. It was just mind blowing, bro. Like it's so much inspiration, so much energy. You know, like I visited a bunch of different like energy epicenters in the world. Energy is real, bro.
I'm gonna hit her with a double whammy. You can talk about the spiritual side and you can draw it back into the musical side.
100%, bro.
Because basically what we're getting into now is knowing versus not knowing. If you're not exposed to that type of lifestyle and that type of culture, you're not really going to understand the degree of what we're talking about. But basically what we read in books here in the city and, you know what I mean, the stories and tall tales that we might get, it's real life for other cultures. It's actually getting passed down from mom to child, grandma, the mom, you know what I mean, whatever. Like, it's getting passed down generation to the point where, I mean, it's truth, it's fact, it's what they live by, it's the code. But tying it into the music, artists in this area specifically don't really know what to do for real. Like, not knowing is crippling people. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, what advice, and we ask people on every episode,
Yes.
if you could give them any advice from your experiences in life or with the music or whatever, because everybody's used to going to the studio, turning up,
Punching in.
getting drunk, getting high, just doing the same thing, not making no money, not making it out of their situation, but they don't know for real. So what?
And they're highly talented.
Oh yeah, it's a lot
Bro,
of
Very.
my biggest pet peeve is motherfuckers that be throwing away everything because they want to party, they want to do this, all that.
lifestyle.
Yeah, rockstar lifestyle when you're a fucking rock star, dog. Like that, you know, like there's a time and a place for everything, bro. People be like coming at me sometimes because like, oh, you don't loosen up, you don't this, you don't that. Like, bro, I don't got time for that. Like, I'll do that when it's time. You know what I'm saying? But like, the one thing that you got to do is lock the fuck in. It's not gonna be fun. It's not gonna be what you want. But you got to do it. You got to work at it every day. 10,000, like what we talked about earlier. Motherfuckers are lucky if this shit happens in 10 years.
Yeah.
10
that's
years of
deep.
work, you're lucky if this shit happens for you.
So,
I'm about to pull up the verb after.
Some type of third world product.
Hell yeah.
How long would it take them? That's just how lucky we are.
Oh, for
You
sure,
get what I'm
bro.
saying?
Bro,
To do the
the
same
perfect
process.
example is my boy Jabir. He's on my album Around the World in 80 Days, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He was from Kuwait. He's from Kuwait. He felt like he hit a ceiling in Kuwait. You know, and he was like, oh, I gotta go somewhere else. He was the biggest thing to ever come out of Kuwait.
That's
Still.
Hold on, wait,
Yeah.
tag.
But,
We
like-
gonna drop the tag. What's his name? Put his tag up
Jabir,
there.
Pineapples for Breakfast. Go check him
The
out.
biggest artist out of freaking Kuwait.
Bro, he's
That's
fucking
hard.
nice.
I know
with it.
somebody. I know a good friend of mine. He graduated and he went to go teach over there in Kuwait.
That's fire.
That's hard. But yeah, go ahead, my bad.
But yeah, man, it's just like, you know, like there's a ceiling in your environment sometimes, and you got to realize that, you know. And like I tell people all the time, like I don't even think I've ever said this on camera, but I say this to people that I care about, like you have to, you know, love your fans, love the people who have supported you, but at a point, like it's about who's gonna support you next. You always 100%, 100% of the time have to show love to those people that have been showing you love. But your focus has to be on what's next. Who's next? What's the next listener? What's the next ear? Who's tapping in? You know what I'm saying? Like people get so stuck in like local this, local that. They play a couple shows locally here. They think they're fucking popping, booming. What are we saying?
That's
Bro, we
deep.
started the show now.
What are we saying, bro?
So you saying you will advocate for those to leave?
Bro.
It's a next state. It's a next step after local.
There's always
Yeah.
a next step after local,
why
bro.
we started
You
the
have,
show.
but you
You
have
know,
to start with the
like,
local. You gotta start with the local.
Yeah.
those are your people.
That's why we
So-
started
And
the show.
and if they ain't fucking with it, there's a
Yeah.
high chance that someone else and
Yeah.
somewhere else ain't gonna fuck with it. So
Yeah.
you know, the local stage is such an important time. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to hate on it all because I was playing shows so often in my one city, and then I was like, I'm kind of hurting myself right now. Like, why am I playing so many shows over and over and over again in the same venue in the same spot, and my socials ain't moving, my music ain't going like. You know what I'm saying? Like
if you reach 1,000 people, that 1,000 saw what you're doing already.
For sure.
That's what happens.
For sure. And a lot of times, you know, a lot of people, if they've been supporting for a little while, like, you know, things fall off. There's a lot of things on the internet, bro. Everybody's grabbing for somebody's attention. Your goal as an artist to grab somebody's attention as much as possible.
I had said
with everything going on in the world.
I had said something about that on another platform when we was interviewing Cam Lowe from Who's Next 757. Shout out to that person. But one thing I did say, I think as an artist, it's your obligation to like make sure like you tap into everything. If you're an artist, especially an up and coming one, you should be trying to reach out to these platforms that's here and really make it your duty to like be seen. You know, a lot of times, and one of the bigger issues with the city is like, for one, we pay a specific archetype of artists some mind because of who they are outside of their music, what type of attention they garner, and sometimes we overlook artists that came through the city, like what's his name? I don't want to say it's Lil Tracy. Lil Tracy, yeah, it's Lil Tracy.
He used to fuck with Peep.
Yeah, Lil Tracy.
R.I.P. man.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Pete, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. to Pete.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Juice and drop the R.I.P. to X.
Yeah, so
And
it's
Mac.
like,
Come on, man.
And Mac.
Yeah,
and Matt.
You know.
So it's like, you know, he from the beach, right? Lil Tracy, right? Or
I'm pretty sure. I'm not
Yeah.
like a huge like knowing who he is, but I know the music. You know.
yeah, you know what I mean.
Underground wave.
Yeah.
But he's big. He's making songs with like major, you know what I'm saying? But I never knew this person until somebody, you know what I'm saying, told me about him. You know what I
for
mean?
Sure,
And
but that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, there's so much going on in the world.
Yeah.
You could be popping and somebody wouldn't even know because like they just don't know. It didn't
Yeah.
come across their screen. It didn't come across their
Yeah.
Spotify playlist, whatever it is. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. And like I feel like I'm in reverse from that because like I said, I didn't start really doing music like as a profession until I went to college. I went to VCU. And then from VCU, I went straight to Baltimore. So, like, I've been away for a long time. It's been, like, 7-8 years now. So, it's like, if you didn't know me kind of, like, before I left type shit, like, follow me on social media, you probably missed what I've been doing for the last 7 years. You know, I'm not mad at that. You know, things happen. But, like, now that I'm back, this is, you know, I'm trying to get everywhere, this is what it's all about, bro. Like, you got to connect with your people. You know what I mean?
For sure. Hey, man, I'm loving what we got. Going. The vibe is there. It's been so much about the area that I want to give us a breath of fresh air.
Nah, for
right?
sure.
So
Let's do
what
it.
I had, right, as one of the segments, my bad, as one of the topics that we was gonna hit my man Justice here with, is the Grammys. Right? We got the Super Bowl. But everybody can talk about the Super Bowl, you know what I mean? But we're just going to switch it up. We're going to talk about the Grammys a little bit because we're music-oriented. That's what we do. Everybody know what happened with Killer Mike, but I'm going to ask you, did you catch Travis Scott's new release?
I didn't.
Travis Scott.
Look at that. Like, Travis Scott, arguably one of the biggest artists in the whole world.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Like,
Yeah.
this is what I'm saying.
But
Like, you as an artist, like, on a small scale, like, you can't be mad at people because they didn't see your shit. You're not trying hard enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, you gotta really want this shit and put it in front of people if it's gonna be seen.
You got to ask yourself, man, who are you?
Yeah.
For sure.
Who am I to be actually feeling that entitled? You know what I mean? So 30,000 people supposed to listen to my shit.
Also,
Stop
too.
what they doing, you know what I mean?
Also, one thing artists can do, and I hear people say, a good friend of mine said a lot too, but stop trying to cater your music to other artists.
Oh, 100%,
yes, like,
bro.
One of the biggest downfalls is like when some artists, they really try try to get artists to like their music. You know what I'm saying? Get the people. It's not a lot of artists, but it's a lot of people out here.
I mean, that's
you know
one of
what
the
I'm saying?
hardest things as an artist. Like, you can be so attached to something, and you think it's the best thing in the whole world.
Yes.
And you play it for somebody, and like, okay, like, cool. Like,
So,
how do you handle that?
I would say, in my experience as an engineer, even networking workshops, because iron sharpens iron.
For sure.
Iron
Yes.
sharpens iron. I can't even really say
Yeah.
But that's the way that I learned. You know what I'm saying? So workshops and everybody play your best track, whatever. You know, we can go around, jam session, whatever. So this new age, for one, wouldn't even come to those type of events.
And that's the problem,
You see
bro.
what I'm saying? And for two, while they're staying in the house or in their little under the rock studio, whatever, they're preaching from the mountains like I'm the best thing since hot grease. Like, I know how the engineers come see me and da 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 da. So we're getting away from the craft. Get what I'm saying? We're getting
It's
away
too much
from,
smoke and mirrors nowadays, man.
It is, man.
But also, like, you know, this shit is bigger than just the music. You can't just have music. You got to have a brand.
The business part.
You got to have a business. You got to be able to, you know, take care of your finances, all that, bro. Like, you know, when I started first touching money, like, it was a wake up call for me. You know what I mean? Like, I had to, you know, reach out to people that really knew about this shit because I didn't know nothing about it. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm telling man, I say rapping is a job.
Yeah.
100%, bro. This music shit's a
all
business.
That up music video, rocking chains and drinking and having studios, all of that is the fun part.
Yeah,
For sure.
That's when you get to reap the benefits of what the hard work that you put in. But people just want to do that and expect some money or expect some following. It ain't been happening.
10,000 hours, man.
For sure.
Minimum.
For sure.
Let me ask you this: do you think artists, being what you engineer, DJ, do you think it's important for artists to know and understand like the importance of engineering? Like, do you think they should know how to engineer
No.
or?
No.
A lot of people say no.
That's a big dilemma right there. That's
Yeah,
a big
reasons
debate
why,
right now.
because it's like what's his name?
Like, we talking about, like, know how to load something up in Pro Tools and then, like, slap the VSTs on it? Or are we talking about just knowing, like,
Just
what
in general,
sounds good and what doesn't sound
But
good?
in general, the debate is an artist shouldn't be a producer. You shouldn't make your beat and rap on it. You shouldn't be a producer and an engineer. You shouldn't. You know what I mean?
I mean,
it's
it's kind of hard to say. Like, even then, like, it was a video I saw with Barry White. I'm actually pull that up. Barry White. He said it. He was like, you know, you a singer. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think they just gonna come and sing. You know, but then he was like, now you get a different bag. You know, you start writing songs. You know what I mean? Now you writing songs. Now you know how to you producing. You know what I'm saying? You engineer. Basically, essentially, what I'm saying is, some artists don't have the luxury like a Drake to be consistent for a long time. Hell, even like a Nicki Minaj. Like, I don't really know nobody who's been making music for like 10, 15 plus years and still at like the top.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Only person that comes to mind is Drake. You know what I mean?
You got Rock and you got Young Money.
Yeah.
Because Wayne was number one. For
Yeah.
his little era.
And Jay-Z, of course.
But no,
You know what I'm saying?
Wayne was number one, then Jay-Z, you're right, but
Yeah.
Jay-Z put on Kanye.
Yeah.
Which was also number one for his little stretch.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Rihanna came after that. But then the same thing in Young Money. You got Wayne, Drake, and
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean.
Yeah, you had to let them Jones breathe.
breathe.
Yeah, I feel that, man. How long you been growing yours?
8 years now.
8 years. I
Yeah.
guess that's how
All
mine's
natural,
gonna look.
bro. Like, never
I
gotten
believe it.
twisted, Never done nothing of that. This is all nature. This goes back to the surfing. I'm a beach
Right.
boy. If I didn't live at the beach, this would have never happened.
Yeah.
But to the points you guys were making, like, I like, for a while I had a problem of trying to do everything, and like you can't be a master at everything, in my opinion. So like you need to know when and where and how and why to hand something off. You know what I mean? Collaboration, teamwork, more minds equals more, you know, prosperity in my book. You know what I mean?
I'm honest with you. People like if I got a rough draft for a project or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I might have a good idea or something to make my situation different, and I want to put my all into it, they'll tuck it just in case. Like I'm not ready right now financially, or
For sure.
my family situation or whatever. They'll just keep it on under taps, you know. But we gotta get out of that though, man.
Like
Especially in
for
this
an
area.
example, like if you can write a song or a hit song, but you can't perform it, you're gonna have to pass that off, my dog.
be a writer
You're
for
gonna
once.
have to pass it off. You know what I mean? Like there's a time and a place and a reason for everything. You know.
I'm gonna insert the partnership. Come to 18 if you don't know what to do. Come to 18.
Plenty of
18,
resources.
and HGPA. Like come. Well, are you working with Vira or you not? Really?
Yeah, those are homies. Verva? Yeah, shout
Ver-
out Verva.
So it's Verva. All right, so let's clear it up. Is it
You got-
Verva?
no, you
Hold
got
on.
Vira VA too, though.
Yeah, it's Vira, Virginia. Vira, VA is Verva.
Verva.
It's not Virva. Look, listen, I
I'm
literally.
almost positive it's Verva.
It's
Shout out to the
okay,
gang, yo.
Verva, and hey, I really like what them guys are doing over there.
Shout out to Verva.
Yeah,
bro,
Verva.
Those are hungry dudes. Just
Yeah.
trying to get it done. I
That-
see those boys working every day.
That
and that's what it takes.
smacking rivers. Yo,
You gotta. Oh, I'm gonna let you finish, but
Yeah.
your segment too on the Twitch. I forgot
Yeah,
about that. I was
Send,
gonna
it's
bring that up.
called
The
Send
slaps.
Slappers.
The
Yeah,
slaps, but-
Send Slappers.
but smacking,
Smacking rivers.
Slapping, we do it all, baby. Come on.
Oh my
I
gosh.
ask you about that, man. Let the people know about your Twitch.
Yeah, so shout out to my dog Afterthought. He was the creator of the stream Send Slappers. We've been doing this. He's been doing it for like a year plus now at this point on Twitch. I kind of came on board a couple months ago. And, we've been rocking out. We've had some of the biggest names in electronic music. We had Taylor Gang on there last night, like I was saying earlier. If you don't know about DJ Afterthought, go look him up on Instagram. Fucking legend, bro. He used to rock with Mac. He super tight with Wiz. He just announced a show at Red Rocks with Wiz. I'm about to pull up for that for sure.
Word.
But that's
I
my
can't
dog.
wait.
We're gonna drop that.
Yeah, that's my dog, man. Yeah, 419 at Cervantes, baby. Red
Yeah.
Rocks pre-party, Afterthought, Wiz. Come on, you never know what's gonna happen at
Yeah.
that shit, bro. And then we got Red Rocks the next day with Wiz. That shit's about to be a movie.
Taylor Gang.
Tell the
Just
game.
ice, add water.
Yeah.
Just ice, add water.
Talk to us, man.
Yeah,
Verva.
man. Yeah.
So let's talk, man. What do you normally do though outside of music? What do you do on your free time?
I saw a drill on his story. He might be a carpenter.
Oh, yeah. So look, man. I do. Like I said, I try to do a little bit of everything. I'm working on my home studio right now. I'm putting that shit together with my two hands. I'm a big firm believer on. I love doing stuff for myself, man. Like it feels so good to
Yes.
just sit back and look at your work and. I love, like I said, I surf every chance I can. Even when I didn't live in Virginia, I was coming down to surf. You know what I mean? Like, this was always my escape. This is always my happy place. First Street Jetty. Shout out my homies out there. But yeah, man, I don't really be doing too much, man. I really just be doing this music shit. And if I'm not doing music shit, I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm watching streams. Shout out fucking AMP, Kai Sanat. Like, I love watching that shit, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know
man.
if y'all are tapped into the
Nah,
Twitch streams.
Casanat, he young, man.
Bro, he's like
he-
21.
Bro, he's getting it, bro.
Bro,
He's getting it,
Come
bro.
on, man. The bro is
He's
influencing
getting
the
it.
culture crazy, bro. A whole
He's
generation in
entertaining,
his hands right now.
Bro,
He's entertaining.
for real, bro. He's legendary, bro.
Like that's like where I'm at. I'm trying to get into the streaming full time and just do music production streams, all that.
It's crazy, man. I just be wondering, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. I consider Casanet. That's his name.
Yeah,
Connect, Sanet.
So not.
Bro, he's like the Dr. Dre of Twitch right
Oh,
now,
bro,
bro. He's,
there's no one
I mean,
else touching
he's
him
the
right now.
Casanet of Twitch, but like,
AMP as a whole. So
yeah. Yeah.
AMP, Any Means Possible, that's all of his homies. There's like 5 of them. Chris, Phantom, Duke, all those guys. Like,
They all stream.
they're running the fucking internet right now, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it's
bro,
actually
they are.
crazy, Like,
Everybody tag Casanat.
yeah.
shout out my boy
Everybody
FaZe
said-
K-Son.
Yeah,
I don't know
nah,
if y'all saw K-Son pulled up to my show in
Face
DC.
Clan?
Yeah.
Face Clan.
Word.
K-Son fucking pulled up. We live streamed the whole set. He was like doing this thing where he was like, traveling the country, and he like started with like $50 or something like that. So he was like working random jobs for people. So like he came to my show, I like hired him as my assistant and shit. That shit was funny.
Oh, man.
Shout out to FaZe Clan.
Yeah, shout out to fucking K.
Yeah.
Pierce, man.
Yeah. What else you got, bro?
Oh man, no, like so. You say you like the stream.
Yeah.
Um,
I just like to learn, man. I love
Learn.
learning. I
you
love
love to
learning.
learn. How you feel about math?
Fuck math. That's why I dropped out of college.
Yo, listen.
Look, I went to college for 2 years, and I did not take one math class. I finessed the system, and then I wasn't doing it. I wasn't doing it.
I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, I can't stand math, man.
Nobody like math.
Reason why I asked, man, I be thinking you smoke.
Yeah.
Like you get high, like
Oh, yeah.
I don't see. I used to
That's
smoke.
the only thing I do is smoke weed. I don't
Smoke
do
weed.
No drugs. I don't drink.
My brother used to be a chief of Keefer. He's being modest right now.
Who?
He came a long way.
Oh man. Oh.
I'm talking about you back then. Because I wasn't the smoker. I'm smoking now.
Yeah.
Comes in waves,
I'm
bro.
proud of you though, man. Yeah.
Hey, listen, man. Stay off the weed. Listen. Here's why I don't smoke. Right. Like true shit. Not only did I have a crazy ass.
Would you say you were addicted to weed?
Nah. I tripped out once, man. I got high. I tripped out once.
Off weed or like an edible?
Man, listen. It was all weed.
It was weed, but you know
they got alien weed nowadays, bro. I
No,
swear.
that was back in the day. It's just you have to. When you first getting into that, you have to have the right people with you.
No, I feel that.
You see what I'm saying?
I feel that.
Or else you're going to trip.
Nah,
I was
feel
even
that.
tripping when I first started smoking, but I had the right.
Speaking
people
of
with
tripping,
me.
y'all fuck with psychedelics or not?
What's
I
that?
grew up, man. I fuck
Like
with
acid, mushrooms and shit?
Oh hell no!
Come on, man.
Off them shrooms.
anything natural for one, I'm good with it.
I feel that.
And everything under the sun that gets you high, I advise it.
Listen, but another reason why I don't smoke, man,
Not
cause
synthetic though, no synthetic.
Cause I ain't. Another reason why I don't smoke though is like I ain't get to that point where I'm making money off the shit I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I still gotta work. I work a 9 to 5. Like I work for a pest control company.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I work other various jobs.
And let's talk about that shit real quick.
Yes.
There ain't nothing wrong with working a job and trying
Hell
to chase
yeah,
your
work.
motherfucking dreams, okay?
Yeah.
I worked at Home Goods in college. I worked in restaurants my whole fucking life. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to make it work.
You gotta work.
You gotta make it work.
You gotta work.
The part that they don't know is you have to take that money and invest back in yourself.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, you gotta work though. One thing I would say, it's like I would hate to if something happened to me on a job. All right, you gotta get put. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's like even if I won't get fired, oh, you don't get workers comp for it. So it's like I can't let a habit get in the way of that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing about drugs, bro. You gotta understand what the fuck it is. Like,
yes.
There's risks, there's rewards, there's everything. Like,
yeah.
I don't smoke during the day. That's not what I'm on. I only really smoke when I'm making music. I feel like it brings a different side of me, and it opens up my mind to think things that I wouldn't think if I wasn't.
So let me ask you this, man.
Honest.
So when making music, right? Do you advise artists? Not even that. Like, do you think the best time to make a song, make a hit record, is off that yak or off that loud pat?
I mean, bro. See, the thing is, like, everybody has their thing to get in their zone.
Yeah.
You know, I don't fuck with nobody. Like, I don't bash anybody for doing what they want to do. If you know yourself and you know what puts you in that zone,
yeah.
then, you know, do your thing, but be safe, man. Like, we've lost way too many people to drugs in this music shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like nowadays, it's just like you never know what's in that shit. You know what I mean? You don't know.
I want to hit on that too because I'm a grower.
Even with weed, bro. There's weed
fentanyl.
fentanyl.
So many weeds.
You say weed fentanyl?
There's people be lacing weed.
Oh
with
my
fentanyl.
gosh.
100%.
VA, we just got legalized 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
Decriminalized
because it's not recreational, but it's legal though. So I mean, it's first.
I mean, you still get a ticket.
No. It's ins and outs to it. So you have legal shit that you can do, and then there's shit that you If you're trying to do this without knowing the law, then you're going.
Oh, of course. You know, the same thing like in DC and shit. They got the loophole law where you can like sell the stickers and give people weed. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
And adult sharing is a big thing. Growing is part of it too, though. And a lot of this stuff that coming out here in the area ain't really right. I'm just gonna tell y'all.
Yo, shameless plug real quick. Shout out my dog Canna Wealth. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Woo!
Double C's, no.
The Grove, VA.
Yeah.
Shout out to Commonwealth Cannabis.
Yeah.
Shout out to Homegrown up in Richmond, man.
Zooskies too.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
We want to
Man.
talk about Zooskies too, man.
Hey, we can do that.
But yeah, growing showed me, man. People don't care about the consumer.
Nah,
You see what I'm saying? So it's like I can have some trash and spread.
bro.
I can have some, you know.
Speaking on that, bro,
what?
like
I
our
don't never do none
food,
of
bro.
that
Our
Yeah.
food is terrible, bro. Have you heard about this app it's called Yucca?
Yucca.
Yucca. Y'all gonna have to go look.
Download the app.
Go to the grocery store. Use this app. You just like take this out. You scan barcodes and it tells you exactly what's in your food, what you eating, bro. Go to Walmart and fucking scan shit. See what the fuck you putting in your body, bro. That's all I gotta say.
I go right to the black and white label. I go right to the nutrition box.
Oh,
Yeah.
but bro, that's the other thing. Like, shit be labeled as, oh, this is healthy, this health choice, health this, health that.
But see,
Fuck
they
out
can't-
of here,
they can't
cuz.
lie in the nutrition box. They can't.
But they
you can't-
can.
No, you can have omission of information. You can't not say what's really in it.
But
You
then,
can't lie.
there's a trick. There's
is always a
tricks
trick.
to everything, bro. Like
Yeah.
the serving side. There's it's 100 calories if you eat 4 of them, but the whole box is 1,800.
Look, I'm gonna tell the audience something. They
And I'm a
never
big
been
dog,
taught.
you know what I'm saying? I ain't missing no meals. I ain't.
Yeah, bro. I feel that.
No, you ain't right.
Oh,
You've been
for-
around the world.
Oh, bro, and that was the other thing. Like when I went around the world, bro,
telling you.
the food with you could go to McDonald's in some places, and I felt fine. I don't eat, bro.
I'm gonna send this post to my partner, and we're gonna put this. We're gonna drop this post. Drop the post so they can see what I'm talking about. The post is, I don't know if I can find it right now, but the freaking kids school lunches from around the world.
Oh my god.
Disgusting, bro. It made me so ashamed to be American. We had. I'm not even gonna
Dog
start with
food.
us. I ain't gonna start. It is. It's not food for human consumption. Just to be honest with you. So you
Yeah.
have Italy, right? What is Italy known for?
I think of like
grapes and wine and cheese
Pasta,
and
cheese.
pasta.
They had all that on the fucking school lunch plate, bro. You had Greece with they crumbled cheese and they salad and whatever. They had all that on the school lunch plate, loaf of bread. You had Africa with the rice and the beef and the lamb or whatever. They had all that on the school. What you have for America?
Man,
Cheese
goddamn
sandwich.
chocolate milk
We had
and
Pepperoni
4
pizza.
or 5 chicken nuggets processed. Processed
Pink
nuggets,
slime.
Pink slime on the big pink slime. You know what I'm saying? We had a cookie, a chocolate chip cookie. When they get in natural greatness, bro. Now I'm a grower. This is the grower coming out of me. Fruits and veggies have more sugar and protein than anything processed.
But it's,
on earth.
Yes.
I'm just gonna let
but
you
it's
know
like
that.
natural
it's
sugars.
healthy,
Yeah.
healthy sugars and real sugar.
Nuts have more protein than meat.
Bro, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like the thing is that like sugar is not bad. It's everything in moderation, and that's what you got to understand. Like
Ain't too much of anything.
it's all about like
Even too
America's-
much of this shit, you can fuck around and drown.
Let's go ahead and talk about it.
American.
This ain't really right anyways.
Oh man.
Nah, and that's the other thing, bro. You gotta be careful about what
This
you're
good.
drinking too.
Yeah, this
I mean,
good.
it's just like you never know. Like, bro, I don't drink Aquafina. I don't drink Dasani. I don't drink
Yeah.
none of that stuff. If
We're
if
not
it
a-
if
we're
the
not a
if the
trash
water
bag.
bottle hisses when you open that shit, you probably ain't supposed to drink.
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Oh, you left it in the car and they want the water left.
Oh man, that's horrible.
I try not to drink out of
That's
plastic,
horrible.
man. Like it's just a lot of things, little things, man. And it's like you don't got to do it, but you gonna live a lot longer and you gonna be a lot healthier.
Yeah.
If we talking longevity,
I was vegan for a little while, but then I stopped because it wasn't the best thing for my health.
my biggest thing for the vegan is it doesn't always taste good. They gotta learn how to season.
Nah,
shit.
I've had some amazing vegan food. There's amazing vegan
But
food
see,
out there,
I
and
mean, if you're talking natural, and
Yeah.
being around the world, it doesn't even have to necessarily be vegan. It could just be a natural, holistic.
no, 100%.
diet,
But the
you know what I'm
thing
saying? So
was
it's
like when I was eating vegan, like a lot of the meats and stuff like that, it's
Right.
just all processed stuff. So it's not really that good for you. You know what I mean? And
okay.
like I wasn't feeling right. But
I mean, I'm seeing a lot of plant-based, like the reels and stuff on Instagram. Substitutions.
Yeah, no, bro. I love mushrooms, tofu, all that. But when we're talking about like Beyond patties and stuff like that, like
it's just a trick. Like you said, it's a trick. But what's the new one I started seeing pop up is jackfruit.
Oh yeah, bro. You ever have barbecue jackfruit? Oh my god,
dog. If you don't know about jackfruit, get you some jackfruit. Just ice, add water. Only drink water. We get health tips. Just ice, add water.
Oh man,
it all ties into each other, man. Healthy life, healthy.
Health is wealth. Hey, talking longevity. Wrap it back into the music. Tell the people they need to own their stuff, man.
Come on, man. It's
own your stuff. Man.
It's one of those things where like we were saying, this is all a business, man. And if someone's trying to help you out, it's because they're trying to get some money. And like,
spit my drink.
I was watching a podcast earlier. Russ was on. I can't think of the podcast right now, but it was like a 3-hour podcast. I didn't get all the way through it, but he was dropping some gems on the music industry, bro. And like
Russell Simmons?
No, like Russ, like
Russ the artist.
Yeah,
Russ the artist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's actually DJ Afterthought's cousin, which is crazy. When I found that out, I was like, "What the fuck, bro?"
Oh man.
He just randomly told me that one day. I was like, "What?" He was like, we were talking about because the reason I went. Yeah, it was crazy. The reason I went to Egypt was because I was going to the Travis Scott concert at the Pyramids.
Give just five recent places that you've been. Just give the people 5 recent places.
So I mean, so we'll go back into my album is gonna be called Around the World in 80 Days.
Oh, that's what he's doing.
Right. The 80, Travis Scott thing. The crazy. Since we're talking about the album, I'll just go into it. Like the crazy thing about this album is like I didn't plan none of it. Like this shit just literally happened. You know what I mean? Like I was saying, like I was in Denver. I played a show at Mission Ballroom. I got the call the next day. My mom passed. That was the start of 80 Days. That was the start. Random, like I said, I came back from Tokyo. I swear to God, bro. So I'll show you the notes and stuff. Because I literally was like, I couldn't plan this shit if I tried, bro. And that's the crazy thing about this album is like it's been recorded in so many different studios. It's been like just so much random stuff. Like I didn't try to do any of this. There were records that I made before the trip that tied into the album just because, you know what I mean? Talking about stuff that I were like is relevant and shit. Like it literally blows my mind. And I'm so fucking stoked to share this shit. But it was literally 80 days from the day I played that show, my mom passed, and then when I got back to Virginia Beach to play that show with Coda.
Yeah.
I swear to God, man. I can't even make that shit up. It's crazy. But so I started off, I went to Hawaii first. I had a show out in Hawaii. That was the last show I was going to play, like, because I stopped playing shows after my mom passed because I needed some time, you know. Because one thing as an artist, bro, like, to experience the highs is amazing. But to experience the lows the next day, like that constant like up and down, it's so taxing, man. It's really hard. On top of the travel, on top of everything, like it's a lot, man. This lifestyle is not easy. No, for sure. Sleep, bro. I love my sleep. When I don't have it, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So. But so yeah, I went to Hawaii. I played that show. I ended up staying in Hawaii for like a month and a half just because I was like, fuck yeah, I'm just gonna stay. I fucking loved it. I went to every single island of Hawaii. I went to Kauai. I went to Big Island. I went to Oahu, obviously, and it was
so that was clubs and stuff out there. You were doing
yeah. So I played at Republic in Oahu. So Oahu's like the main. That's like the most.
Sound good. Yeah.
That's the most developed island. Like that's where you're, Waikiki Beach. It's a man-made beach. It's like one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. But yeah, I was in Hawaii. I met a guy on Big Island. His name's Boboy Watson. Shout out to Boboy. I love you.
Shout out to Boboy.
And like I made this record with him called Love Me Now, and like it just was one of those things where like it came together. I was making the beat in the hotel room. Like I hadn't even met him yet. I was making the beat in the hotel room with my girl and shit, and she was like, yeah, I really like this, blah, blah, blah. It was like something really different, like I've never made before, like some reggae, like just Hawaii beach vibe shit. And then like we go to this beach one day. We were about to go to this other beach, but then it was like closed or something, so we ended up going to this beach, and this kid's sitting on this rock playing the ukulele, and I'm like, bro, no way. So I go up to homie. I'm like, I had
love
just
this
come out of the
story.
water and shit, and I was like, yo, do you mind like if I just like put my phone down here for a second? I want to like record some samples. I make music and shit. And he was like, yeah, bro, like no problem, blah blah blah. So I like leave my phone there, and I walk over. I'm like drying off all this, all that. Walk back over. We start chopping it up. He's like, yeah, I'm oh boy, I do this, I do that. I mean, he's one of the biggest artists in Hawaii right now. Like it's so hard to make it out of Hawaii. By the way, you got to think about it like.
So everybody split up by islands, and then you probably got like 2 radio stations.
It's hard, man.
Yeah.
2 colleges. Like, where are the hubs?
So, and then
One hub in Waikiki. Like,
we ended up just going back to his crib. He was like, come to the studio. I got a little studio in the crib, and we made that record. And that was like the first record we that, you know, kind of started it all.
Good.
But, and then after that, from Hawaii, I went to Egypt, straight to Egypt from Hawaii. And then I went to Cyprus, Budapest, Croatia, London, and Tokyo.
Yeah, man, that's major. I want to ask you, man. Have you been following cause we talked about ownership and basically independency, if that's a word. I think that's a word. Yeah. So TikTok just made a major split from
UMG.
UMG. Like a lot of major labels, record labels, a lot of major companies. Do you see like independent artists capitalizing off of this move?
So I'm not too much of a TikTok guy. I try to
real?
I honestly hate social media. Like if I didn't use social media as like obviously a platform and a tool for my business, like I probably wouldn't be on it. I hate that shit. It's
Oh my, why you hate it, man?
It's just like one of those things where like it's made our society so
it gets nasty.
It's made it really weird.
It gets nasty.
Like I couldn't imagine being in high school if TikTok was around, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Like Instagram and stuff was around, you know.
But
like
it wasn't bad. It was just getting started.
I think I made my Instagram in like 2012 or something like that. So I had like, you know, sophomore, junior, and senior year, like social media was like a thing, but it's not like it is now.
Yeah, it was. I'll say this, man. With social media really kind of robbed a lot of people of what real love is.
For
one.
sure.
Also, they robbed some of the people of, well, more so the people allow it to rob them of real love. They also robbed them of, like, I don't know, just pure
changed people's
joy
perspectives,
of
man.
life, and it's kind of sad where like I don't know how you feel about this. It's sad to the point where like you look online, it's always some controversial shit. Like somebody saying $15 now isn't enough money to get lunch.
It's a crazy world we live in, man.
Yeah, man. How do you say you navigate through, like, you know what I'm saying, with everything that's then changed with social media? How would you say as a person, like, you navigated through it? And you talk about being in a relationship. I'm not saying I know your lady, but like it seemed like, you know, she seemed like she might be treating you right based on.
I don't got a girl right now.
You just said. You just said you had one like 2 minutes. At the time.
So the other crazy thing about my trip, like, I had met one of my exes in Hawaii that like I really fucked with. Like we're best friends. Like I love that girl like a lot, you know. But we're not in a relationship. But like that's my friend. That's my soulmate, and she came everywhere with me.
So doing what you do, I don't want us to get off track. Doing what you do, man, how are you able to like navigate with women? Do you entertain? And this is a personal question. I know it's a personal question, but I wouldn't be a true journalist if I ain't asked that question. You know what I'm saying? How you navigate like dating, traveling, doing music, being on the scene? You know what I'm saying?
It's hard, man, because no one really knows what this life is until you live it. You know what I mean? Like that's the other thing with social media. Like you see everything that you see, but you don't see everything. You know what I mean? People show you what they want to show you. There's a lot of shit that goes on behind the scenes behind that.
Well, picking up and going to another country for a matter of months, a lot of you don't even know where to start.
Yeah. So as a DJ, producer, engineer, who would you look forward to working with in the near future? It can be anybody, ranging from the
So
local level, internationally.
I'm one of those people like I don't send beats. You
Mm,
ain't getting a beat to your email. We're getting in the studio. You know what I mean? Like
I
I feel
like
like I'm an
that.
old fashioned producer in that state where
Yeah.
like
Hell yeah.
I don't like to produce records that I'm not involved in. Like I love to be in the studio while the artist is recording it
That
because it's
experience.
just like I I'm not a rapper. Like I've spit verses, I've this and that, but like as far as like what I do, like I just try to plant seeds, you know. I respect what an artist has in their mind, and I work with every artist differently. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a big believer of. I mean, obviously, one of my biggest inspirations, Rick Rubin. You know what I mean? He's worked with
Mm,
everybody and anybody. Like, I've worked with, people that want to do rock, they want to do hip hop, they want to do EDM, whatever it is. Like, I feel like I just try to plant seeds, like I said. Like I love being in the studio with the artists. I love, hearing what they're thinking. I love for them. I don't be trying to like write a whole bar for them, but I'll drop like a little word or like this thing I do with Coda is like I'll make my beats for him and then I'll like
mhm.
name it something and like
Give
try
him
to
the
like give him a
inspiration.
little
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
to
Oh,
start it
word,
off kind of
yeah.
thing. Like it's
My
almost
producer
like
does that
it's
too,
almost
though.
like subliminal type thing, but like
Yeah,
that's where I like I just love being involved with the process. Like I'm all about the process. I'm all about the magic. Like some of my best times, like I've been in crazy studios. Like I've been in
Mm.
fucking the biggest studios where all these diamond records and stuff have been recorded. Like
Wow.
some of my fucking favorite memories are just sitting in Coda's backyard with the fucking Bluetooth speaker and we just bouncing, you know what I mean? And like
Mm.
that's what's so beautiful about this music shit. It's all about the vibe, it's all about the experience, you know what I mean? And I feel like, people aren't taking this music shit deep enough,
Do you
you
think
know?
some art?
Yeah.
My bad,
No, I
brother.
was just saying that's what we talked about earlier. You
Yeah.
gotta separate between musicians and people that's just coming up on that wave.
For sure.
It's real though.
And it's one thing, like my biggest pet peeve is like people that just book a studio session. Why the fuck are you wasting your money to go like freestyle?
Hey, punch
something?
me in.
Go
Hey,
right
tell
fucking
me.
at home, and then when you know you got the record, go record that shit. But why are you wasting money and time trying to? I don't know if it's like a flex
Force.
or like.
Yeah.
No, our biggest thing is we don't want your money, right? Because we want you to be better than you was before you came to us.
For
You see what
sure.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
Even shout out
It's
to
all about
AGVA, you know,
Growth and
studio
cultivation, man.
part. Yeah, artist consultation, man, artist development. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Let me ask you: do you think sometimes some artists? Do you think the fans are being deprived when, like you say, you're old school? You like to do everything, like it be a part of the record, like in studio work, opposed to just sending the beat. Do you think like, um, reason being like by your method of doing that? Do you think like and opposed to other producers like sending everything out? Do you think producers are being deprived of the actual experience doing to just trying to come up?
Well, I mean,
If I made sense, I'm sorry
no,
about
I
yeah.
get what you're saying, bro. It's just
Trying to
like
meet them where they at.
this is just
Mhm.
like it's a different time. You can't approach it like 20 years ago, whatever it is. Like
Yeah.
it's a fast paced world right now.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, as a producer, like you don't need to try to bang out 20 beats a day. You don't need to do that. You don't have to do that. You could spend time on one beat and that beat could be the one, but also that could, there's been times where I spent hours on a beat. Hours. And I'm like, I get in the studio with an artist, I'm like, this is the one. Like I obviously I didn't say that, but like in my mind I'm like,
Right.
yeah, this is the one. Like this shit's a hit.
It's tough.
And I play
Yeah.
it
It's tough.
and then they're like, next 5 seconds in.
Hell, nah, you
I'm
gotta be nah, you gotta be like Zaytoven. What Zaytoven say? He said no, you can't. We ain't skipping no beat.
Ooh.
No, I feel that, and
Yeah.
that's something you can
Sometimes it's
do.
the artist.
But and then it's like, you know, I play, I'm like, you know, we're going through a bunch of records and I pull up a beat that I fucking spent 5 minutes on that I'm like, damn, this shit's ass. They're like, bro, load this up right now.
So what we getting into is like it's the balance between an artist being in their head and an engineer producer being in their
But
head.
that's the thing about music, bro. There's no right or wrong. There's no this way, that
jazz.
way. It's all interpretation,
It's all jazz,
bro.
bro. Yeah.
Everybody's different. Every situation is different. Every environment is different. Like that's a beautiful. That's why I've never not been excited about music because it's always changing. It's always different.
Yeah.
That's my new favorite interview. Bro.
Yeah, nah,
That's
fast.
my new favorite interview.
I appreciate it, man.
Like,
I'm having a
hold
good
on,
time.
let me say it because it's like the way that it's changed. You got to put in perspective. Okay, once upon a time, if you wanted to go to the studio and make that one banger, that one track, do whatever for your situation, once upon a time, you had to write it. You had to be a musician. To you see, like, bro, that shit.
I think where
means
people,
something to me, like, for real.
I think where people go wrong
Take
at
that for
too,
granted.
it's like everybody just want to do that one.
Because I was just saying, like, put in perspective. Think of this time, this era that we in.
The viral era, the viral
Well,
moment,
you could just clickbait it and just pop up to the studio and hub it up, punch me in. When you can do that and get away with it or get a bag off it, it's a split, man. It's really
And
a
like,
big
and that's the
split.
thing with me. It's like, bro, like, I'd be down to get a huge placement that I just send a beat off to. But like, bro, if I got a fucking record with Cardi B or something, I wasn't able to go to the studio with her type shit, bro. Like that just wouldn't. I wouldn't feel fulfilled as a producer.
You want to be
You know
part
what
of the
I mean?
process.
I want to be a part
Yeah.
of that process,
Right.
and like, that's just. I mean, like that.
Even being there as the producer, you want to say, all right, Cardi, this sound like this. You it feel like you trying a little bit to fit in.
For sure.
I can offer you this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's also a time and a place to do that, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because I've been in big studio sessions, I've been in little studio sessions. You gotta act a certain way. You gotta, you know, you can't overstep.
That's true.
That's
too.
also, you know,
That's true,
and sometimes it's a hard lesson. It was a hard lesson for me when I learned it. I don't want to talk about the experience off rip, but
I
like
got some
it's just
experiences
one of
too.
those
You're
things
right.
where like, you know, everything's a learning experience,
Yeah.
and you can think like. You can think whatever you think about yourself, but like, you know, like it might not be that, you know, when you step into a certain room.
Listen, when we send them out today, I want to play this one clip, if we can. It's a clip going on Instagram, right, that I saw. It's a reel. The guy says, basically, it's one of the little the podcast guys. You know, you pull up on them in the mall, you pull up on them wherever, and you just interview them right quick. Those little reels that go on.
Yeah.
So he pulls up on this guy in the mall, and somebody walks past him while they're recording.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what
Like,
you're talking
like,
about.
"Oh, why they didn't see us recording?" It's like you didn't see us recording. And the guy that
I know
he's
exactly
what
interviewing,
you're saying.
right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's right on the topic.
You never know what everybody's life is so complex,
Different,
just as
yeah.
complex as yours, and that's a mindset
Telling
thing.
you, man.
And like that, yes.
Everybody thinks
I know
that they're-
exactly what you're
It's
talking
right on the
about.
nose.
It's a white boy, and he like spits some crazy.
Yes,
game.
bro.
Everybody thinks that their narrative or their movie
It's
plan-
the only
Just
thing
like
that's
with,
going on.
just like with podcasting, man. Like I ain't gonna lie, bros. I can think what I say is important.
Yeah.
He might think I'm full of shit. I mean, it's like so spot on.
It's a very complex life
Yeah.
we live,
On the
man.
way,
Yeah, we got
also,
to.
You gotta drop that.
Yeah, no,
That's
facts.
it right there, right?
Yeah, man.
What do you have coming up? We let the people know anytime, an opportunity to drop any teasers. You know what I mean? Any leak, any information, just anything, promotion wise. Around the world.
Yeah, around the world in 80
Right.
days. That's
Right.
what I'm focused on right now.
Sure.
Putting the album out. Like I said,
That's the
I'm
one.
still, you know, healing.
Yeah.
I'm in a very like weird stage right now where, you know, obviously I'm still grieving over my mother and shit like that. So I'm just trying to keep my mind right and just making sure that I can, you know, go forward. I'm always going to be able to go forward. I know that
Yeah.
in my mind. But
That's
it's just
a
like being kind to myself is what I'm working on, you know, and just really kind of taking a second because, you know, I told myself I was going to stop playing shows last
Yeah.
year, and I just kept going, and you know it catches up with you. So I'm building my home studio right now, and just, you know, working on getting the album out.
You have any siblings?
I do. I have a brother.
You the oldest or the youngest?
He's older than I am.
He's oldest?
Yeah, we got the same dad, different moms. He's a rapper actually. Jinx 757.
Jinx is your
Jinx.
leaked it on local legend.
Wait,
my
it's
brother, bro.
light skinned dude,
Just wait.
brown eyes.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
for
my
real?
brother. Yeah.
Oh man, I met him at Buco Resta Bar. Yeah.
He be doing
At
his thing,
Puffin
bro.
Mike.
Shout out my boy
Oh
Jinx,
man, that's
We-
We
crazy.
in a fifth with it. You know?
Yeah.
If you see him on another episode in the future, don't be surprised.
Yeah.
No, that's my dog.
That's
man.
crazy.
And it's crazy, like, you know, bro. I don't know if you know, like, how long you've known him and shit, but he was nice with the basketball. Our dad was like,
Yeah.
this is my dad's ring right here, national championship ring. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we both, you know, my dad tried to push me to play basketball. I played basketball, soccer, fucking baseball, football, all that. But I just didn't, the sports didn't resonate with me for real. The music did. And it's crazy to, like, see him come around now and, like, really be on the music shit. I mean, he was in the G League. He was playing overseas and shit, man. He was nice with it. So it's like, you know, you never know where life's going to take you, bro.
One
Never
thing,
know.
I was playing basketball, but I already knew that it wasn't my know-all, end-all. I didn't really know what I was going to end up doing, but my pops do music too. So
Yeah.
it's like, I kind of knew in the back of my head I'm not going to be playing basketball.
I mean, it's crazy how much your parents have an influence on you, and you don't even know.
Yeah.
You know? Like, looking back on it, like I always think about it, man. Like it's just it's so
We're
crazy.
them. We're really them.
Yeah.
And like, you know, all the things they instilled in us as children, it all, you know,
For sure.
it's crazy, man.
Any what you got, man? Closing remarks, man. Let the people know this has been such a good interview.
It is.
I've had a
So
good time, man.
You know
what?
I'm saying? Like,
Two last questions I want to ask. First thing, being from Virginia Beach, being a native of the 7-5, what are 5 places you would recommend somebody who's not from here
right. We
to
still didn't
to
get
go
to the list.
to go ahead and to visit, to eat? You know what I'm saying?
Food-wise.
Yeah, food wise.
Oh man! All right. I love
But-
me some Paylons. I love those fish tacos. Shout out to Paylons.
Paylons.
Where is it?
At the beach. I think it's like 37th Street.
That's the number one. Number one right there.
Commune. Super, like we were talking about health food, farm to table type shit.
So this all local.
Yeah, this is all the beach.
local.
All the
Okay,
beach.
okay. Talk to 'em.
Esoteric, super fire. Hearth is super fire. I'm a big food guy. Like I don't eat trash like that. You know, I'm trying to think of what else. Fuck man.
We tagging everybody that you're saying. So
Yeah.
Shout out to J&K. You know what I mean? The food truck event coming up. We got a food truck event coming up.
Vangs is fire. They got fire sushi. You heard of Vangs?
Oh yeah, Vans.
I think
Is
think
that
they-
Virginia Beach?
I
Virginia
think-
base?
Well, yeah, they're Virginia based. I think it started out as a food truck. I've only had it from the food truck.
ZH, right? It's like ZAH?
No, it's called Vangs. VANGS.
Oh, VAN.
Yeah, I forget.
I've
I
seen
forget.
the signs.
I've only had it a couple times, but that sushi's good. Obviously Orion's rooftop. That's my shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's my shit.
Yeah,
guys. Like,
that shit
you
good.
ain't been to Orion's rooftop, you missing out.
Oh, yeah.
You missing
That's
out.
supposed to be earlier on the list.
But yeah, like as far as food, like I don't eat out too much, you know. Like,
Yeah.
if I eat out, like I'm going somewhere like Orion's.
What
you know
about
what I mean?
what about around the world though? What about like what region might have?
Oh my
the
God.
best-
Well,
I had
only
so
VA. You know what I'm saying?
He
Only.
named all VA.
Nah,
shit.
He named-
Yeah, I did the VA shit. I mean, if we're just talking about geographical regions with the food,
Yeah.
I had some crazy food in Egypt, man. Like just fresh meat, lamb. Oh my God, dude.
Well, that's
And the other
African,
crazy thing is, bro, like these are third world countries, you know. Like I'm
Egypt
talking like
and-
you're pulling out.
Egypt is kind of on the borderline.
Okay.
Because
I'll
like you
give
said, it's cities everywhere.
No, I'll give you that
You know
for
what I'm saying?
sure.
Cairo
like
is-
New Cairo.
Right, right,
Yeah.
We're talking about like
right,
God,
right.
like
Right, the
yeah.
other parts. I get you.
So-
I get you.
I just had some crazy amazing food. Super simple, just meats, rices, vegetables. Oh my God, man. And then Tokyo obviously
Yeah.
had the best
Yeah.
sushi of my entire life.
It was really true to
Yeah.
the form,
Oh,
though.
for sure, bro.
Okay.
100%. I mean, bro, like there's just so much out in the world. And if I have anything to say, like I said earlier, I think I said it, just go out there, man. Get out there. Don't stop popping bottles at the club, spending $300 on a section. I don't give a fuck about none of that. No one gives a fuck about none of that. Go buy
Yes.
a plane ticket. You know what I'm saying? Go buy a plane ticket.
Plane tickets are actually cheap
You
too.
don't gotta stay at the Four Seasons when you go. You know, buy the plane ticket.
Just somewhere to lay your head.
Go figure it out, man.
Because
Go figure it out.
Doing it, it's not a trip to turn up. It's a working trip.
So that was the other thing about the Around the World in 80 Days. Like, I didn't have
Mm-hmm.
a plan for any of that shit.
Bro,
Like, I would wake up one day
Mm-hmm.
and be like, all right, where are we going? Then we
So-
buy the
so-
tickets.
so
You know
look,
what
I'm
I'm
gonna
saying?
put it in perspective. What you told the people earlier is, if you don't really live that type of lifestyle, then you're really not gonna understand. We all are musicians. We all know what it's
Yeah.
like to get it on your own and try to do something new.
Yeah.
We all grown men, right? When you are, like I said earlier, you are in a new place and planning on staying there for months at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You got people that's in the city, born and raised in the city, still don't know how to figure out the rent situation. You're talking about doing it in Egypt.
For real, man. That's what I'm
just
saying, bro.
Yeah.
And, like,
just saying, bro.
the work ethic of some of those people out there, man, is insane, bro. Like, working for pennies on the dollar, and they still fucking get up every single day and make it happen. You know what I mean?
I just thought I was tripping, so I made sure I was okay. Just ice and
Water.
Talk to him, man. We signing off, man.
Yeah.
Local Legends, episode 31. Any closing remarks, man? Trap House Code to the brother. We're gonna try to get him out here. DJ, what's his name again? DJ
Oh, Afterthought.
Afterthought.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
gonna get him out
Pittsburgh
here.
boy.
Freaking Russ cousin. like
Yeah.
he's a surfer. What didn't we cover on this episode? Like, for real, man. It's all love, man. Local Legends. Mike Skis, easy. I'm signing off, man.
A-Train Booger, man. We out,
It's
man.
been love, man.
It's been
Appreciate
love,
y'all.
man. Thank you.
See y'all around, man.
Absolutely, man. We
going
gonna see you at the top.
Yeah,
Be
you
on the
already
lookout
know
for
that.
Around the World at 80 Days.
Yes, sir.